How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to be featuring another match in the Ohio. This one on my least favorite map and least favorite spawn, so now we're kind of cooked. Unlike our 300k full accuracy Riker build, we didn't get the middle spawn, so I'm kind of salty about that. But we're gonna do all we can, which is basically snipe, go to the border, and see what happens. We have a friendly DD pushing into the objective, and friendly Z46. And I'm just kind of hoping he's able to do something as the decap starts getting contested. So we know there is an enemy destroyer in the objective. We stay spotted and not from being set on fire. No, we stay spotted because there was an enemy destroyer. Our friendly Z46 is just YOLOing in, and I guess he's okay. The enemy battleships are currently behind the island. And I think our friendly Z46 has a Z52 in sonar, so I mean they're basically just going to keep trading. I decide to just full gamer turn back in to try and support our friendly Z46, Z52 trying to reverse away. We do have drill bits, so any hits are going to deal 8% more damage from overpens, and also having marksmanship and Maki, our dispersion, fortunately being able to kind of counter the debuffs from Concealment Mod and Camo, which I'm sure the enemies at 52 had. Unfortunately, friendly Z46 goes down. Those two battleships were just charging straight in. And friendly Z4... Obviously, we weren't in any sort of position to really force those battleships away, which is kind of unfortunate. In fact, our friendly battleships in the middle were the best at trying to deter them from charging in, but at the same time Z46 got way too close, especially to a GK, and he was definitely caught in sonar, so there wasn't much that he could do. Enemy BA Montana got absolutely nuked, and we're assuming he's going to try and turn away to not get killed by the crossfire from C, and we are in kind of a good position to catch him. We just kept pushing in. BA Montana starts turning out. I line up to get some citadels, but as RNG would have it, no citadels whatsoever. We get 2 overpens and 1 pen. That's just the way the cookie crumbles most of the time, which is kind of unfortunate. Enemy BA Montana starts getting rammed by the GK. Maybe I should have just waited a little longer, and then we would have been able to shoot the BA Montana while he was having his citadel raised out of the water from getting rammed. BA Montana is trying to turn in and angle his ship. I try to aim for under his front turrets. Unfortunately, no citadel, but BA Montana is very low and we're still full HP. And now it's time to reverse away. We can probably assume that the BA Montana is just going to charge in to try and ram. And that's not really what we want to do with our full HP battleship, so all we can really do at this point is stop and try to reverse, creating as much time for this BA Montana to either get cooked by our secondaries or teammates finishing him off. We have our rear turrets, unable to shoot the BA Montana, and then I finally have the intelligence to actually shoot at the GK with my rear turret. I don't know why it took me so long to realize that, but we did realize it, and we finally did take a shot at him. BA Montana, fire goes out, and he also gets another super heal off, which is really, really unfortunate. We finally start getting into reverse 2 kilometers away. I'm just going to try to not die. And luckily for us, the GK isn't worrying about us, and in fact he was shooting HE at our friendly teammates in the middle, so we don't really have to worry about him too much. Again, I could probably be shooting my rear turret at the GK. I don't know why I'm so slow this match. I realized I could shoot at him, and then yeah, I don't really know what's happening. It's just the way it happened. But GK not focusing us. BA Montana not quite able to catch up. Fortunately, we have prop mods, so we can reverse away faster than Montana can actually push in. Enemy GK super low. Not sure if that was my fire or not. Turns out it wasn't. Friendly conch burned down the conch. And now this flank is clear. Enemy DD is dead. This game is looking like it's probably going to end in a steamroll, but at the same time, possibly not. There is a very big enemy push on the other side of the map. But then again, no one is really pushing. We're going to see who's going to win as soon as things start dying. But I'm kind of hoping that we have an opportunity to keep playing. Just because we do have 2 kills and there still is, I can't do math, 6 enemy ships remaining. Friendly Louisiana goes down to the enemy Katsanis. Our Shima is on the border pinging the Katsanis. I'm not really sure why he's on the border where he is. I mean, at that point, he probably would have been better off just staying in the cap and actually capturing the objective. But Shima went to the border to go and die to the enemy Katsanis, unfortunately. And now that just leaves our team without a destroyer. And the thing is, the enemy team has I don't remember if it was a Centurion or Marco Polo with the Katsanis and a Dalian. So they still have their 3-man div while we have no div on our team. So it's not looking very good. All we can really do now, though, since we're so far away, is cap D and try pushing towards the enemy on the other flank. We do have a friendly cruiser still alive on the other side, but there's not much that he's going to be able to do. Just because he doesn't really have any sort of support. So I'm kind of hoping our friendly battleships at sea can kind of push in and do something. But yeah, that's kind of a big hope there. Friendly Conch kills off an enemy Des Moines, which is great. Des Moines' DPM, especially late game, would have been problematic. Enemy Montana, though, out of position, not really anywhere near his teammates, and also extremely low. So I guess the friendlies on the other side were kind of getting something done. But yeah, enemy Montana not looking so hot. We also have the Conch with us, and Montana not really going to be able to angle to anything. Conch probably just going to set him on fire because he did damage con that fire extremely quickly. We just fire salvo to get whatever damage we can, and we somehow land a Citadel. Definitely shouldn't have been a Citadel, but I do know that's happened to us quite often. I don't know if it's just simply hitting the turret and getting a Citadel, or if some funny magic shell thing is happening because coding is very difficult. But yeah, at this point, all we're gonna do is just charge straight in and see what we can do. I mean, the Katsanis still gonna be very problematic for our team. So I'm kind of hoping our friendly Conch, I mean, it looks like he wants to go to B, at least flip B cap, and maybe we can kind of get something done. But that Dalian has been sitting there in that smoke, and I'm pretty sure his friendly Centurion divmate is also sitting in there. Probably alternating smokes, if I had to guess, which is probably kind of toxic considering they have a DD that can spot for them. And the buffs to the Marco Polo and Centurion in terms of their firing, smoke firing penalty being buffed like the tech tree. Kind of nutty, so they can kind of sit there and get away with farming without ever being spotted. Kind of wish they would do that for Roma, just to make Roma a little more useful compared to Lepanto, but I mean, you could kind of hope. I mean, I feel like at some point they probably will, but I don't know what that point is. Just trying to see if we can blind fire this enemy Dalian while he's just sitting in smoke, because it does look like he's stationary, and as soon as we realize he's stationary, we take our pot shot and hopefully we can get a Citadel. I mean, Dalian doesn't exactly have a whole lot of HP. We follow our shells, and it looks like we aimed it pretty well and landed in the middle of the smoke, but dispersion just wasn't good enough, unfortunately. Friendly Conch gonna keep pushing into B cap. We have our friendly Yamato in C as well, so I'm kind of hoping the Yamato will basically be the punching bag for the Katsanis. I mean, Katsanis torpedoes, 4 per side. He does have to flip or turn his ship, rather, to actually get the torpedoes off, so I'm kind of hoping Yamato can at least survive. I mean, Yamato's torp belt is also pretty good, so I mean, it's not like Yamato will die that quickly to Katsanis and Katsanis' torpedoes. So all we have to hope is that he doesn't just get cooked by HE from the enemy Burger or the Dalian. We know the Marco Polo, sorry, Centurion has sap. So there is that. We don't really have to worry about that. Friendly Conch charging in. Centurion not really in a good spot. I'm kind of hoping our Conch can just cook him. He is bowing to us, and there's not much that we can do. But at the same time, Centurion is currently just spotting our friendly Conch. And I'm kind of hoping Conch doesn't eat any Dalian torps. Dalian did get a Witherer, so I'm a little worried that the Dalian is just going to farm all of us to death, while his divmates are going to keep spotting. We fire a salvo and the enemy Katsanis gets spotted. He doesn't have a whole lot of HP, but the enemy Burger is going to keep the Yamato spotted. So now we may actually have to worry. Burger's probably shooting HE at the Yamato, and Katsanis having that quarter pen is definitely going to be penning our friendly Yamato and probably cooking him to death as we speak. But at this point, we need to keep pushing in. I mean, there's not much we can do to help the Yamato at this point. We can't shoot at the enemy burger, and well, our conch is kind of in a really, really bad spot. He's spotted by the burger as well, and just simply getting farmed. That Centurion shooting sap at the conch probably would hurt a lot as well. Although looking at the conch, he's still pretty healthy, so maybe conch has been playing it well, and he's just been simply angling, and there's not much that the enemy Centurion has been doing. Torps past the conch. Lucky for us, he was able to dodge and not eat those torpedoes, because I think if he got flooded and just simply cooked to death, it would have been very, very bad. Trying to see if we can get a better angle on this Centurion to finish him off, but at this point he's basically cooking. We just take a pot shot before we get around the corner, just to finish him off and ideally stay unspotted, although there was a little gap between the rock and the island, and we did get briefly spotted. Now we're just going to turn in to try and deal with the enemy burger, because we do need to get caps to win, and somehow we end up catching the enemy Katsanis. Our guns are loaded. We have 4 kills. We fire salvo. We get 3 overpens. We needed 1 more to finish off the Katsanis. And yeah, unfortunately for us, no Kraken getting secured here. But Conch did finish him off. Katsanis also whiffed his torps. Conch is also dead. So yeah, not looking great. Enemy Dalian is just outspotting us now. So we just have to make the decision to just go after the enemy burger and try to do what we can. Enemy burger gets spotted around the island. We start turning in. We are a little broadside and turning in, lifting our citadel. Could be dangerous, but burger, not the greatest battleship in the world. He doesn't get any citadels, and now we're angled, and not much that he's going to do. We might have made a mistake damage conning our turret here, just because I mean, Dalian is still alive, and he is starting to shoot at us, plus burger secondaries. We may get set on a double fire, and we may end up dying, although fight fire with fire. Reducing the damage from the fires, definitely very helpful, and also, I mean, we still have 2 heals, so there is also that. Burger fires his rear turret and basically does nothing. Yeah, poor Burger, not a great ship, and unfortunately for him, we're about to reload and send him back to port. We get our Kraken, enemy Dalian hiding away. We're just going to start running away from the Dalian. We have a points lead after killing the burger. All we need is for our friendly conch to not die. So we tell him to get back. I'm kind of hoping he just turns away and starts running. But it looks like he's actually going to try to duck for an island and maybe make it difficult for the Dalian to torpedo him, I suppose, which... not sure if that's the greatest idea ever. If he has HE loaded, he may just end up getting torpedoed and dying. But then again, we are flipping C, so maybe there is a chance that we have enough points ticking that we can not have to worry about the conch dying. Especially because there is still going to be a minute left while we still have 3 caps to their 1. But yeah, at this point I'm debating what we should do. I think best thing to do is get into a position where we can shoot at the Dalian if he decides to YOLO the conch, and then if anything, I mean, at least we have a chance to kill off the Dalian if the points flip, especially with the conch being where he is. I don't know if him running away, I guess kiting would have been worse technically, just because he would have been out in the open and getting farmed. Dalian, very small, very agile, sort of, could have been very bad for our conch. Dalian gets spotted very close to our conch, and conch was ready. Did a decent amount of damage, not really decent, I mean like 1 bar worth. But conch sort of knew where he was, and well, at this point Dalian doesn't really have any angles to torpedo, and in fact he's just unspotted, no line of sight whatsoever, and conch is going to survive. So luckily he made the right choice, ducking for the island. Dalian just took way too long to get back to the battle. And, well, we were able to secure a win, even though it looked like we were going to lose. Lucky for us, though, that enemy Katsanis kind of threw the match for them. I think if he just simply stayed far away and tried to spot us rather than YOLO in, probably would have been worse for us, especially because we did get spotted very briefly between the rock and the island. He definitely knew where we were, but I think he was trying to make the play to try and YOLO us, thinking that we weren't ready for him. But yeah, unfortunate for them. Great for us. Got another Kraken for our Ohio, and we're still using Riker with our Hipper and Maki build. Kind of seems to be the, I guess, middle ground that I would like. I think if we had Porcupine available, probably would use that instead of Drill Bits. But then again, I mean, we don't have it. This is the closest we're gonna get to our Henry J. Hyde wish for the U.S. But yeah, not a bad build. It's kind of growing on me. Haven't really been switching back and forth between a full accuracy build. Kind of just living with Hipper, since we do have 5% instead of Scharnhorst's what 4. Uh, I guess that 1% sort of is making a difference. Maybe not really, but yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more, and share with your friends, or leave a comment down below for other ships you want to see in the future. But anyway, guys, till next time, aloha.